Hey guys, so quick preface, it's like 5 a.m. right now, so I can't be like too loud or too like exumptuous or whatever in this video, but I needed to make this because this is something that's plaguing my mind so much, and I need to talk about it and spread a bit more like awareness about it, because as you can probably tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about a subject that a lot of people kind of talk about maybe once or twice, but they discard after a while, but it's something that needs to be spoken about, and I need to talk about it because I've got a friend who I have asked if I can talk about this on my channel, who's recently just gotten out of an abusive relationship with a girl, and I told him I'm gonna be mean in this video, but I can't sleep. I can't function properly. There's loads of reasons why, but this is the one that's at the forefront of my head. This guy has been in this relationship for about 6 years, and the abusive nature of it didn't start until about 2 years in. They've been together since they were like 14, 15. It's been a long time. They've broken up about 4 times now. This girl is one of the most duplicitous, conniving, manipulative, disgusting, wretched people I think I have ever had the displeasure of meeting. She has always been like this since she was a kid. I've known both of these two since we were all about 5 or 6 years old, and she has always been a brat, and a spoiled one at that, and someone who is really good at manipulating people. This girl has struck my friend, as in hit him and slapped him. She's lied to the police about him hitting her. She's cheated on him. She's emotionally manipulated him. She's emotionally abused him to the point where he has been scared to walk away from her, because who the fuck knows what she might do. She's done everything that I think a woman is likely to do when she is outed as an abusive individual. And I am tired of watching him go through this. Now, I say he's just gotten out of it. They've just broken up. But there's a pattern with these two. She will dump him so she can go fuck other people for a while, guilt-free. You know, she's cheated on him already, but she will take a week or two apart from him so she can go and fuck other people. And then she'll come straight back, and he will take her back. The last time that they broke up was the time that she lied to the police about him hitting her. I remember this very vividly because I was in Leicester. They were back in Oxford, where I'm from. He called me. Well, he texted me before this happened, about half an hour before this whole shit happened, and said, you know, we had a fight, and I messaged him back saying, just go home and, you know, she'll cool off. And then he called me about half an hour later and told me what she had done, and that he was at the police station. And he didn't want to call his parents, so I had to call his parents for him. And I got on a coach so fucking quickly back to Oxford to go check on him. This girl, she lied that he tried to break into her house and that he hit her, right? There was no evidence that he tried to break into the house. There was no evidence that he hit her, because she had no bruising on her whatsoever, no hurting at all. And she changed the story to, he attempted to break in and I let him in, and then he was trying to hit me. And obviously none of us believed it. And then she also changed the story again to, she thought she had been drinking, and she had not been drinking. And she was crying the entire time we were at the station. And I remember my friend telling me everything, and she was just stood there crying. I wanted to kill her at this point, because I knew she had already hit him. She had already emotionally manipulated him to the point where he was defending her at the station. He was defending her actions, acting like, well, maybe she felt threatened. Like, motherfucker, you left the house. Like, what? The thing is, my friend's story, it's common. When women get into abusive relationships, they usually have a lot of help to get out of them. They have domestic abuse help shelters. They have family and friends who usually support them, and even if they don't, they have places they can call. They have places they can go. You know, it's difficult to get out of an abusive relationship. I know that better than anybody, but women usually have a lot of help. Men do not have this help. There aren't domestic abuse help shelters for men in the UK. There aren't just places that they can go to if they're strucken, if they're hit, if they can't take it anymore emotionally. They have to rely on their friends or their family, and their friends and family are likely to say, man up, it's a girl, what are you doing? My friend is very lucky because his parents understand what's going on, and he's lucky because I understand what's going on. I feel like you'd have to be an idiot to not see what's going on with him. But he doesn't have the same kind of help that I had. And what's angering me the most is that he watched me go through what I went through, and he has not learnt from me. He has not learnt from my mistakes. He was one of the people who was trying to get me out of my situation, and he did not even consider the fact that his fucking girlfriend is the same way as my boyfriend was. And he's not going to leave her. He's not going to stay away from her. He's going to go back to her. I know him. I know he is. I know him well. And I know their relationship now very, very well. And the pattern needs to break. This girl, this isn't really important to the abuse aspect of it, and I'm not relating it to the abuse aspect of it, but this girl is also a feminist. She's blocked me 3 times on Facebook now. 2 of those times were because we were arguing about feminism. 1 of those times was because I told her to dump him and leave him, and she didn't like the fact that I was standing up to her because she's not used to that. But she's a feminist, and she's always talking to me about how women are abused and it's natural for men to do that, and that women have it worse because they're abused more often. I don't believe domestic abuse statistics when it comes to men for a second. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them, which is why this video is not about statistics. It's not about factual information about the topic like my men's rights videos usually are. This is more of this is happening and no one is doing anything kind of video. Because men are not likely to come out and say that they have been abused by women because it is something that's considered shameful. My friend clearly feels ashamed. He's trying to convince himself that what she's doing is not abuse because he doesn't want to believe that he would be roped in to being abused like that. And it is heartbreaking. This guy is like my brother. He and me, I have known him for so long, and he used to be such a happy, lively, fun, geeky person. And this bitch has taken all that away from him. He is a shell of his former self. But where can he go? Where can he go? All he can do is stay with friends until she decides to bring him back to her. And he can't realise that this is abuse. I have tried telling him over and over again that this is an abusive relationship, and he still doesn't believe me. He doesn't recognise what is going on. The difference with me and him is that I recognised very early on that my situation was wrong. he is still oblivious to the fact that she is an abusive person that he needs to get away from. He's convinced himself because he doesn't want to face the fact that he's let himself be in this situation, because he's a smart guy. He's a really smart guy. He just graduated from university. He is so fucking intelligent. He always used to beat my ass when it came to grades, you know? He was a good, smart guy, and he's changed. I have to ask feminists like a legit question here, because I don't want to make this all about, oh, feminism sucks, but I have to ask a genuine question. When people like me bring this stuff up to you, why is it that you usually say something along the lines of, we need to sort this out, that is true, but we need to sort out women's issues first? Why is it that when people bring up the fact that there aren't any domestic abuse shelters in the UK, you don't try and do anything about it? In fact, you protest it. Because that happened. If you guys Google that, someone tried to set up one, and feminists were protesting it. So it never happened. Why is it that whenever MRAs bring this stuff up to you, you dismiss it entirely? Shouldn't it not matter who's bringing it up, but what the topic being brought up is? Why is it that whenever us antis try and convey to you why we dislike the fact that feminism puts women first, because men have it very, very fucking tough? And as much as you guys like to say that you're doing this for equality of the sexes, you're not. You're putting women first before anybody else, despite the fact that men have it pretty fucking terribly. Why is it that you don't care? A lot of you claim to care, but you don't. Because if you cared, you'd do something about the fact that men can't legally be raped in the UK. You would at least protest that fact. You would do something about the fact that there aren't domestic abuse house shelters in the UK. You would try and do something about the fact that men kill themselves more, the fact that men die at work more, that you would look at the statistics and try and do something, or try and spread awareness of this fact, because the only people spreading awareness of this shit, it's us. It's us aunties. Why are you not living up to this so important definition of feminism? I have spent the last few days worrying, not being able to sleep, crying, and I am on my last rope with my friend, because I can't watch this anymore. I can't watch him go through this anymore. I can't have him call me up and say that she lied about something else. She is one fucking argument away from lying that he raped her. She is that kind of person to do that. And she is one fucking argument away from doing it. And I can't sit back and watch him go through this anymore. And I don't want to give up on him, but if he goes back to her again, I can't. I just can't. I have watched my best friend go from a lively, fun individual to a shell. If he were a girl, he would have gotten out of it by now, because he would have had the help that he needed. I've been trying to think of places for him to go that doesn't include his parents' place, because they're sick of watching this too. And I can't think of any, because there's nowhere. He can stay with me for a temporary amount of time, but that's temporary, you know? People like my friend need help. Guys like my friend need help, and they're not getting help. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there, because I'm gonna leave it there. because I can't keep talking about it because this is hard to watch and I just can't. I know this is a very emotion-filled video and it's not really one that a lot of you guys are going to want to really listen to, but I'm sorry, I had to talk about it because it's playing on my mind and I can't stop thinking about it. I find it so baffling that feminists can say they care about men and yet this stuff happens and they put women first every single fucking time. I hate the way our society is. This bitch can lie about him hitting her and have no fucking repercussions. Just walked away. This is the world we fucking live in, and it's disgusting. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to briefly edit this, but I will talk to you guys later. My next video will hopefully be a lot happier than this. This is a very unplanned one. I didn't plan on making or uploading, and it happens to be on the day of my fucking stream with my brother as well. But that will be very happy. That's happening later, and I might actually bring this up to him and ask him about it, but we'll see. But I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever the fuck I decide to make next. And I hope this video didn't depress you too much. But yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.